All right, I'm going to be the first one to come out here and put a little damper on the evening. I have a pop quiz.
Love it.
You don't laugh when there's a pop quiz. You do something like, I didn't study. So here's how my pop quizzes go. You have to say the answer, and you have to say it out loud. And you have to say it loud enough where I can hear you. If I don't hear you, or if you don't say the answer, you have to do push-ups. Fair enough? I don't know if they told you, but I'm a boot camp instructor and a personal trainer, and I love push-ups. So if we don't do them right now, we might have a chance later to do them. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
You sound ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, should be a pretty easy quiz. I do hope you studied. First question. I have 3 of them. How many minutes in an hour?
60.
That was good. Excellent. How many hours in a day?
24.
How many days in a week?
7.
Good, excellent. I don't think anyone got to do any push-ups. That's really too bad because I really like doing them. All right, now the extra credit is how many hours in a week?
A lot.
Good answer. Now I would say I would wait for you guys to take out your calculators, but either you don't have a calculator or Carol told you to turn your phones off. So there's 168 hours in a week. How are you spending the majority of that time?
Sleeping.
Sleeping? You're obviously still in school. Working. Are you doing something that you love?
Yes.
Excellent. Are you out there making a difference? Or are you just out there? We all get the same amount of time in a day. No one gets 23, though it feels like it. No one gets 27, though we wish we had it. We all get 24. And it's a matter of what we do with those 24 hours that makes all the difference. Would you agree?
Yes.
Now, if you're not doing what you love, what are you doing? If you're not doing or living your purpose, what are you doing with your life? Why are you here? We're not going to delve into too deep. Whoa, I just slowed you guys right down, didn't I? So, a long time ago, I was probably 12, not that long ago, long enough ago. I grew up with a single mother and my older brother. And it was very difficult for her. It was quite a struggle financially and emotionally to try to raise me and my brother. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure we were pretty easy kids. But I remember at the age of 12 that I knew that I did not want that kind of life for myself. I didn't want to struggle. I didn't want to feel like she felt. I didn't want to live the life that she did. And I remember saying to myself, there's got to be a better way. If any of you out here are living any kind of an unsatisfaction in your life with relationships or with your jobs, since that's what we're spending most of our 168 hours, unless you're this one in the front who's sleeping, you're probably wishing or sometimes saying to yourself, there's got to be a better way. Now, I also felt that not only is there a better way, but I have a purpose. I have a larger reason to be here. I was meant for something more. At the age of 12. None of you guys are 12, right? You're all above 12 here? Yeah. Not much, above 12. But I knew that I was here for a reason. Now, my mom tried to help me find that reason, and just like when Jen was up here and says, what'd you guys want to be when you grew up, mine was always a teacher. So my family says, okay, well, let's go be a public school teacher. You could be a kindergarten teacher, you could be a 9th grade math teacher, you could be a gym teacher. And I said, I don't want to be that kind of a teacher, but I didn't know what I wanted. So she gave me her plan, and her plan went something like this, and I'm sure you're familiar with this. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, graduate, hope you find something that you love to do, because you're going to be doing it for 45 years. What can I possibly think of doing for 45 years? I'm 13! But I was asked that question, as all you guys up here in the front have been asked that over and over and over again. Julie, what do you want to be when you grow up? Amy, what are you going to be when you grow up? Jen, what are you going to be when you grow up? I don't know. A teacher was always my answer, always. But what I didn't want was to be a public school teacher. But I knew that that was my passion, but it took me a little bit longer to find it. Now, how many of you feel like you're here for a higher purpose? How many of you are living that purpose? Now, kudos to you guys. Now, there's only a few of you So congratulations to you that your majority of your 168 hours is spent doing something that you love. This one too, but she's sleeping. So you're the one who said it. Okay, but if you're doing what you love, isn't that commendable? Isn't that what you want? Isn't that why we're here? You want to love what you do. But when we're asked throughout our school years, I have no idea. Do I want to be a public school teacher? No. What kind of teacher do I want to be? So I did what my mom told me. I did do part of that. I went to school. I got good grades for the most part. My desk was out in the hall a lot through my high school years. I don't know why. But I went to college. I graduated. I was a sign language interpreter for a little while. So if you guys can't hear me, I can sign to you. Not that that would help at all. But I still had to keep searching. I still had this heat inside. I meant for something more than what I was doing. I did go get a job. I landed a job right after school, and I liked it for about 45 minutes. It wasn't what I wanted to do, and so I went and found another, and another, and another. By the age of 36, I had had 29 different jobs. Yeah, anybody out here have had that many jobs? So I hold the record? Seriously, how many? Well, then how do you know you don't have more than 29?
23.
All right, good answer. Now, what these 29 jobs taught me is that there's 29 things I don't want to do, and there's 29 bosses I don't want to work for. But it did bring me to this point where I am right now. And if I didn't do that, who knows where I would be. But I did know that I didn't want the same lifestyle that my mom had. I didn't want to struggle, right? I was starting to be kind of negative. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't have healthy relationships. I had unsatisfying jobs. Until this one time, this one moment that I remember like it was yesterday. August 14th, in the year 2000, I landed a job, a professional job. Job number 21. Most that's how I refer to all of them. Not that they're all job number 21, but they all have numbers, right? So job number 21, I worked in a school, not as a teacher, sort of as a teacher, but I was a support staff and a gym teacher and a reading tutor. I can't just do one thing. So I really liked this job, and the best part about this job was that the training that we got in the beginning, right before the kids came to school. Believe it or not, kids, you're not kids, I don't mean like that, but believe it or not, your teachers do more than just show up to work. We train. It was all day long, all week long. We were in training. Now this trainer, she was phenomenal. Motivational. She was very educated. She's taller, redhead. Tells you right there she's a genius. She's from the South, older woman. Did I say that already? And she had a Southern accent. She was perfect. She was entertaining. She was great to listen to. A wealth of knowledge. And picture this, we're in the gymnasium, there's about 40 other staff members, there's probably, teachers, administration, support staff, and myself. Rows of tables and chairs, and I sat in the back, the way back. I don't sit still either, so I have to fidget and draw, talk to my friends, do whatever I can do to kind of keep focus. Even though I liked her, I wasn't bored by her, I just, can't sit still. So, not only am I sitting in the way back as to be a little bit unnoticed, I'm leaning back on the back two legs of this chair. Don't laugh, you don't even know what's coming. Now I'd like to show you, but I'm sure it would be quite an episode if I were to get in one of these folding chairs. So anyway, I'm leaning back on the back two legs of this chair. I've got my toes up under the table. I'm kind of bouncing, kind of hovering. Most of the time, my toes are not touching the table, so I'm trying to get the two teachers that are so reluctantly placed next to me to, look, I'm not touching, look at it. And so this was my form of entertainment. I am still listening though, however, to this instructor. And she's talking about choices. Now stop giggling, I'm getting to a serious part. We all have choices. You guys made a choice to come out tonight. I don't know how many there are. There's I think the last time I counted was 65 or something. So you guys made a choice to come out on this Wednesday evening instead of watching, I don't know, something on TV. You came out on this beautiful Wednesday evening to share our moments with us. So thank you very much for coming out. But you made a choice. You made a choice. You're making a choice to stare at me up here, and you're making that guy back there is making a choice to text while I'm talking. But She was going on and on about this moment, right? Choosing, we have choices. Every second of every day, you have decisions to make. We could all get up and walk. We could get up and do push-ups right now, and you can choose not to do them, or you could choose to do more than this lady here. And okay, you got my point. But something hit me, because at this moment in my life, I was 28, I think, and I'm sitting in the back, balancing, not touching the table. And she looked directly at me in the back of the room, and she said these 4 magic words, and I quote, "You have a choice." Now, something about that. Think about that. Think about those 4 words. There was a few of you that raised your hands that said you enjoy what you do. Because we said that we have 168 hours in a day. We spend most of that time sleeping or working. Right? Are you doing what you love to do? Are you? You have a choice. You have a choice in what you do, where you work, who you hang out with. If there's any unsatisfaction in your life, that's up to you. If there's any unsatisfaction in your life, that's up to you. You choose it. You welcome the weeds, right? Jen said. If there's any unsatisfaction, how many of you have some unsatisfaction in your life? Anything. Now, if you don't have your hand up, something is seriously wrong with you, or... Now, at this point, I had some unsatisfaction. So when she said that, something hit me. I fell to all 4 legs of the chair. I looked around to see if the lightning bolt had hit anybody else. And I'm like, I have a choice. I have a choice with all the jobs that I had. I have a choice with the friends I hang out with. I have a choice with the negativity that's in my life, or the direction that my life is going in. Don't you? Now, you could say to me, well, Jen, but we have to have this job because I have to pay the bills. I have to take care of my family. Uh-huh. Well, and these are the only friends that would ever like me, that deal with my inner dorkiness. Or this is the only person that will ever love me. Uh-huh. Well, but remember the one guy who someone said, life isn't fair. You're right. Life is not fair. Life should be great. On a scale from poor to great, would you rather have fair or would you rather have great? How many of you are living great lives? Really, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6, 7, 8? Seriously, can you guys all put your hands up at the same time so you're stalling my speech here? Okay, so there's probably, let's say there's 60 people in here. 7 of you raised your hands. Or some of you were too shy to raise your hands. Do you not want great in your life? What if I were to tell you that I have a secret formula to help you find that path, find that greatness? Now, this secret formula isn't going to be much of a secret if I share it with you. So you want me to share it with you, or should I just get off stage right now? Are you at least a little bit curious? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so what I want to do right now, you want to do push-ups right now? I'm ready. I'm ready. I can totally do push-ups at any time. So what I want you to do right now is I'm going to be give you a teacher moment. So I know Carol told you to turn your phones off, but if you have an iPad or an iPhone or eyeballs, pull them out. And I'm going to have you write some words down that have questions attached to them. So if you're interested in finding out this formula that you can actually apply to about anything that's unsatisfying in your life, or if you want to apply it to a career or sleeping, you can. But we're going to use it towards kind of a career choice, since that's how we spend the majority of our time. Okay? So, are you guys ready? Okay. Now, I also want to tell you this. I'm not going to get into a ton of detail. I will definitely give you the gist of it, and you'll be able to use these tools when you get home. But to go into further detail, if you're thinking, okay, well, my job is just fine, and this is just fine, but this one area that she didn't talk about is really not fine, If you want to go into more specifics, I'd be more than happy to kind of hold a workshop or put something together to kind of get a little bit more in detail with any of you, small group or whatever. So at the end, we all have tables set up. There's a clipboard that has, you can put your name and an email address and just let me know, and we can just go from there. But in the meantime, I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of detail about this. Where's that wind coming? Oh, the fans are on. Like, that's not coming from me, is it? Yeah. All my hot air blowing around. Okay, so those of you that are going to take notes, are you ready? Okay, so write this first word down. There's 4 key components, and these 4 words will help you, like I said, kind of pave your way. The first one is body. And there's a question that goes with each 4 word, that each of these words that you would then ask yourself to kind of give you a little bit more of a direction. And the question for the body part, the body area, is what do I need? And this has to do with finances. How much money do I need to make in order to support myself and my family? What kind of house do I want? Is $3,000 a month okay? Do you need 5? Do you need 10? Do you need 1,100? So this kind of gets you kind of on the idea of how much money you need to make. Plain and simple. Number 2, mind. The question that goes with this is, what can I do? What are my skills, abilities, and talents? Now, if I told you that I wanted to play golf professionally, I would have to learn some new skills. For one, I can't hit the ball off the tee. I know it's slightly embarrassing, but I can't. I can do push-ups. I can out-push up all you guys in here, but I can't hit the ball off the tee. So if I really, really wanted to play golf, could I learn those new skills? Probably, as long as I could hit it off the tee. Otherwise, now, and I really don't like golf, but if you take a sport, you hit the ball as hard as you can, and then you walk after it, seriously? Now, if they made it a contact sport, I might be interested. Penalties and push-ups or something. Okay, number 3, heart. What do I like to do? What is your purpose? Now, mine would be teacher. Now, these can be kind of vague answers, like I want to help, I want to teach, I want to inspire, I want to protect, right? Police officer, okay? What do I like to do? Number 4, spirit. What am I compelled to do? What is my passion? What am I here for? Again, mine is to teach. Am I not doing that right now? Not in a public school, right? I should call my mom and tell her. She doesn't know I'm here. Okay. Now, to break this down a little bit further, if we were to take each of these 4 areas to do kind of a diagnosis, and we're going to do this together as a group. If we were to take our careers, and we're going to break it down even further, if you were to take each area and put a little 1 to 10, you don't have to put the 1 to 10 there, but you're going to put a number there on a scale from 1 to 10. 1, like if we're going to use the area of the body, and that's finances, a 10 would be, I'm making so much money that I could buy a house for cash. I could buy a car every month. Or, not even that you're making so much money that you're happy with the amount of money you're making. You're living life fine. You're great, okay? And so for the first one, let's do this one. So those of you that do have careers or jobs, and I would assume that you would all want to participate because there could be push-ups involved, on a scale from 1 to 10, and just show me on your hands. So in the area of the body, how many of you are satisfied in this area? And show me your numbers. 10, 8, 7, 6, 6. Except, oh, I want to get right into that one. Okay, Shauna, what was yours? 9. 3, 3, 9. Okay. Now, if your number was below 7, there's an area for some attention. If your number was 7 or above, you're doing pretty good. That means you're bringing in enough money to support yourself and your family easily, effortlessly. Okay, the closer you are to 10, obviously, the better. Okay, in the area of the mind, this is your skills and talents again. On a scale from 1 to 10, how are you doing? 10, 10. Do yours again? Are you a 10? 10, nice. 6, 9, 8, 9. Okay. Now, that tells me you guys have the skills and talents, but some of you had a 9 in the body and a lower number, a lower number in the body means you're not making quite enough money. You're not happy with the amount of money you're making, but your skills are there. So you see where we can kind of start to tweak? Are you kind of getting the gist of this a little bit? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. The next one, heart. How many of you like what you're doing? 10? 5? 10? 10? 3? Is that a 3 back there? You're a 3? Okay, let's talk about the 3 for a second. Now this is a great area, if I can talk about you for a second. You don't have to come up here or anything. Unless you want to, we can talk about you and you're fine. Okay. Does she like her job? I would say pretty much not. Is that right? Yeah. I pretty much hate my job. I mean, if you're below a 7, you pretty much don't wake up in the morning singing to the birds going, I love where I work. You're going, oh my God. Here comes a coffee. Right? Do you drink coffee? Do you drink coffee? How much coffee do you drink? Uh-huh. How big's a cup? Yeah. How many beans are in it? I just chew the beans. Okay, so you get the gist. Now, let me tell you this. Which area do you think is the most important? Who said it? What? Number 4? 3 and 4. What do you guys think? Okay, let me ask you this. How many of you would like or love to do what you're doing, but not quite make enough money at it? Now you right here, you had a 9 for heart, right? And you had a 3. So how do you feel? You're still doing it. You love what you do.
But I just need more money.
You need more money. Okay. Yeah.
It's going to come.
Okay. Now is it? And that's the thing that you have to kind of be a part of, is it going to? But now she back there has a 3 for heart.
Well, that's for my regular job. That's a job I love.
Well, pick a job. So can you, okay, I understand. So what would you, now does that not affect your life? Let's say this. So I have a 3 for heart, but I make enough money. Does that hating or disliking my job, does that affect my life? Yeah. Yeah. And I make, what was your money? Were you okay with money? Yeah, all right. So now let's reverse it. I love my job, like this gentleman here. I love my job, but I don't make enough money in it. Does that affect his life? Yeah. Which one's better? Okay. And for the area of the spirit, are you, on a scale from 1 to 10, doing what you love to do, what you're compelled to do? On a scale from 1 to 10. 10, 10. Are you a 10? 10. You're a 10? What are you? You an 8? What is that? Liz, don't you have a thumb? Use your thumbs. Who taught you how to do 7 like that? She's doing this. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is. Okay. So if you were to, now do you see how these tools are so incredibly valuable? Yes or no? Yes. And you can see where you can take these tools, right? But the best part is that you can apply it to any area of your life. Any area of unsatisfaction. Any. Is it just your job that you're unsatisfied with? Are you unsatisfied besides at work? Do you have unsatisfying relationships, friends or otherwise? Now if the person's sitting next to you, don't raise your hand. Now that was pretty good. Thank you for the participation. I was worried about that. I figured I'd warm you guys right up. Now, but you can see where you can tweak this. So in the area of these two, we need to figure out how she can like her job more or move her on to something else. If I were to work as a postal carrier, if there's any postal carriers in here, God bless you. What would the area of my spirit be? Because remember, what's mine? A teacher. So as a postal carrier, who am I teaching? Not really. And I am a teacher. I teach my friends, my family, I have clients, I teach all the time. Everyone I meet. You have a problem? I'll be more than happy to help you solve that problem. But I am a teacher at heart. I am doing what I love to do. I am up here in front of you guys. If I did not have that moment on August 14th, the year 2000, if I would have been leaning too far back, which is what I think you guys were thinking, and I landed on my head, I would have missed this moment. I would have missed my turning point. And what would have happened is I would not be standing up here in front of you because I did not have a self-esteem to be in front of 65 people. I would not have started my own health and fitness business. I certainly would not have completed 3 triathlons and numerous 5Ks. And I would not have adopted a 17-year-old boy. Who does that? I do. And the reason I did is because that one moment, back in the year 2000, when she said directly to me, "You have a choice." I have a choice, just like you guys do. You have a choice. I was tired of being unsatisfied in my life. I was ready. And I made that journey, and here I am in front of you today. I want to end with a quote from a movie I recently saw. And the quote goes like this: "Everyone has a destiny. Not everyone chooses to follow it." August 14th, the year 2000, was my turning point. Will May 30th, 2012 be yours? Thank you for your participation. Have a great night.